It's so amazing because it's not just President Biden himself. There's an entire cottage industry now of, his media acolytes out there trying to mansplain to the American people that, groceries are not up 18% and the gaslighting is just not working. We're undergoing a massive political realignment to where the Democrats who used to represent the working class and used to represent labor now really represent a coalition of the educated rich and the dependent poor, which means that 70% of Americans really no longer see
70.
themselves reflected in, the politics of the Democrats.
We're going to bring in Hogan Gidley as well, former principal deputy secretary at the White House, to talk about some new developments and new entourage with Biden in just a moment. But Mark, pick up on what Batya just said. 70% of people don't feel. I mean, this kind of harkens back to that unseen, which Trump has always been able to harness. Breaking today is Biden now says he'll debate President Trump. He sat down with Howard Stern for this impromptu, or at least not on the schedule. I'm sure they had planned this for this shock jock interview. Biden's obviously trying to appeal to another audience. How would a debate even look? He says he's happy to do it somewhere. I don't know when, but I'm happy to debate him.
Well, first of all, before anybody gets too excited, this was soft and cuddly Howard. He didn't ask him very many hard questions. He mostly basically said, tell us stories from your past. So this interview is not filled with
talk
news,
about cannibals.
Exactly. He did say he'd debate. Now, did he mean it? We'll see. I still think they may want to have an elongated debate about debates and debate no more than once, not the 3 times the commission suggested. But if you take him literally at his word, he did tell Howard Stern he's ready to debate. And of course, President Trump continues to say anytime, anywhere, and he wants more than the 3 debates, he said. So there's a long way to go before we see these 2 guys on a debate stage, despite what President Biden just said.
Right. Well, it's something Trump can use, though, Hogan, and say he said he would do it. Now he's not doing it. And that's also another thread here. Biden, maybe his reelection campaign is worried about how Trump will be able to expose some of, the things that, are being questioned by members of Congress, but also just his he can't read off teleprompters. And there's now this new report about all these aides walking with him. Axios said he's surrounded by all these aides when he's walking across the South Lawn, reportedly to hide his gait. We know he also has the shorter stairs on Air Force One and a Secret Service member behind him. So it's maybe not the mind, it's also the body, and a debate could spell, huge trouble.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back to Nixon Kennedy. And you got to see kind of 2 people side by side, one that looked young and vigorous and ready to go, another one wilted under the lights, quite literally. This is what's going to happen if these 2 men stand on stage together. And look, Joe Biden's got a lot of problems in this campaign, not the least of which are his mental decline and his physical decline. But you'll notice the other day when Donald Trump was not in court, he played golf. And I know that Joe Biden went after him for doing so, which is interesting because I would imagine if you're being attacked by the federal government, and having it weaponized against you in a lot of ways, a day off for golf is fine. But they hit him on not campaigning. And I'm thinking to myself, right, but you can't hit him on any issues because all of your issues are failing the American people. All of your policies are punching us in the face. And so he has to talk about Trump playing golf. If that's the best he's got, I would love to see these 2 men on a debate stage.
Yeah, I would love to. Well, he's not campaigning because Mershon says he can't even leave the courthouse. Today is Melania's birthday. Right. I have about 40 seconds left, so I'm tight on time. But I guess the reaction in this, where we're at today. Batya, final thoughts to you. This New York Times statement today, pretty interesting. They're saying he doesn't give news conferences. And they're calling it right out. Is there a turn in the mainstream liberal media?
Oh, yeah. You can sense the desperation coming through the airwaves, right? They know that President Biden is a very weak candidate, both physically and in terms of policy. We focus a lot on the physical stuff, on the mental stuff. But honestly, what you have today is 2 incumbents running on 2 records. We could put aside everything else. We are looking at a real divide in terms of policy. Is your policy designed to appeal to the rich and the poor, or is your policy designed to appeal to the working man and woman? That's what this campaign is about.
And no one likes a mansplain, right, Hogan and Mark? You guys wouldn't even dare do that.